So every now and again I like to work with some found metal rather than new metal. And one of the things that I discovered early on was railroad spikes. I don't know, there's just something about it. They're just so fun to work with. You know, you can find them where they're perfectly straight. You can find them with little twists and turns and bends in them, where they got hit by the train or something when they were working their way up out of the railroad ties. I started making ocotillos. This is a desert ocotillo. And even though a lot of them that I find are perfectly straight, but I find a bunch, I'll find a few that have curves in them. They have little bends in them, like this one is natural. This one is natural. Well, it's natural when it gets run over by a train. But I find it just having the curves, that flowing movement, like this ocotillo. TwistTie is another good one. Look at the movement inside of this thing. FireStick. Oh my God, check this out. This is inside a house. It's at the end of a long hallway, and they wanted to block the view out that window because it has a lovely view of the garage. So I built this. This is actually a desert plant brought to life in my inspiration, if you will. And oh God, it was up there like 800 pounds by the time I got done with it. So I call these shiitake agaves. The shiitake mushrooms kind of look like that as they're growing up. And then the desert agaves. Prickly, sticky, ooh, you don't want to get into them. So just a combination of the two of them. Fun thing to create. And sweet gumballs. If you look them up, you'll see they make these little tiny round balls about that big that fall off the tree. And they surprisingly look a whole lot like this. I had one of these in a show up here in Cave Creek, in the northern Phoenix area. And there were some folks visiting from back in the southeast. And they looked at him and said, "My God, sweet gumballs." Well, a couple of weeks later, I got a little tiny box in the mail that was full of these little tiny sweet gumball seeds. It was kind of cool. Just don't try to roll them, because you really don't know which way they're going to go when you give them a push. Another fine art piece I did out of these railroad spikes is a piece called Banked Bramble. And it was just like FireStick. It was a piece that had a very specific spot. It had a very specific function. Block off that view from behind it. That's all it was for. And look nice, look pretty, have some movement, have some flow, have some energy, and allow light to flow through at the same time. So it's not like you're putting a big curtain up. You're just kind of diffusing things just a little bit. So I hope that gives you a little glimpse into what goes on up here. I really appreciate you all watching. Reach down there and hit that like button for me if you would. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm going to go back to work. Left hand, left hand, left hand, another left hand. How come there's no right-handed spikes? Oh, there they are.